Hey folks, Matt here. Welcome to this guitar channel. Today we are looking at two guitars from Yamaha's FG series. In this hand is the FG 800 and in this hand is the FG 830. Be sure to stick around for the end of the video and I'll tell you which one of these is my favorite. Before we talk about these guitars, leave a comment. Tell me where you're watching from and what your favorite guitar is. After you do that, it would be tremendously helpful if you drop a like on this video. It'll tell YouTube to pay attention that this is helpful content. And if you subscribe to the channel, you'll get notified when new guitar reviews go live. Don't forget to tap that bell so you get those notifications. The FG series of guitars from Yamaha is one of the best-selling series of guitars in the history of guitars. They are known for quality and durability and their tonal qualities. These two guitars have a lot in common, most notably, and this is one of the biggest selling points, both of these have solid spruce tops and scalloped bracing. Now, what does that mean? It means that the bracing on the back side of the top of the guitar is carved out a little bit. Instead of just a straight piece of wood, it's scalloped. And that allows more flexibility in the top of both of these guitars, so you get more volume, more projection. Typically, it's considered to have better sound quality. Both of these guitars have solid tops on them. Instead of laminate tops. So a lot of entry-level guitars or beginner guitars will have laminate tops. Makes them more durable, but it seriously erodes the sound quality. But Yamaha FG guitars come with, the FG 800 series comes with a solid spruce top. Now the difference in these guitars, the main difference is in the back and the sides. The sides of the guitars and the back of the guitars are made from different woods. This one is, the FG 800 is Nato Okumi, and the FG 830 has rosewood back and sides. Now the back and sides of these guitars are a laminate material. That means there's layers of wood glued together. They are more durable, and it's not considered as a high level of quality. A lot of people don't think that the laminate back and sides affect the sound all that much. The top is where the crucial components are. So you'll want to listen out when I play these guitars in a minute and see if you notice significant tonal differences and whether you think the back and side material contributes to that. Both of these guitars have got urea saddle and a urea nut. That's a synthetic material that Yamaha uses for those parts. They've got plastic bridge pins. You'll notice that the 830 has got more aesthetic complements. Rosette around the sound hole, the white binding as opposed to the black binding. It just looks a little fancier. You can see how the binding goes all the way around the headstock on the 830. And for those extra aesthetics and different woods, you will end up paying a little bit more money. The Yamaha FG 800 is $229 retail, and the FG 830 is $339 retail. So the question that a lot of people are asking is the FG 830 worth the extra $100 or so? If you're on a budget, the FG 820 may be the one you want. If you got a little extra to spend, the FG 830 may be the one you want. This video is here to help you discern the sound difference, the tonal differences, to see if it's really something you want to spend. This video is aimed at helping you discern some of those differences before you go shopping for these guitars. And if you want to shop for these guitars, check out the link in the description. Hey, let's give them a listen. Before we do, leave a comment and tell me what your dream guitar is. Let me know. We'll start with the FG 820. We'll play some open chords and then do some different things with each of them. And here's the FG 830. $800. 830. Back to the 800. This is the 830. Back to the FG 800. FG 830. One of the things I notice about the difference in these guitars is the FG 830 feels a bit weightier, ever so slightly. I think it's a little heavier. FG 800. FG 830. Back to the FG 800. FG 830. Back to the 800. And the FG 830. The FG 830 certainly seems to have more volume. All right, so which one of these guitars wins the showdown? A couple of observations. Number one, the FG 800. I like the neck better on the FG 800. The FG 830 does have kind of a gloss finish, and the FG 800 is a little more, well, less glossy, more matte, and it just feels a little bit better to me. That's kind of a matter of preference, so it's something to think about. The FG 830 certainly seems to have more volume. It's a louder to guitar across the highs, mids, and lows. The FG 830 feels a little bit more like a grown-up guitar. The FG 800 feels a little bit more like a beginner guitar. And when you're making a decision about these instruments, it really sort of matters what you're into. If I'm thinking about an entry-level instrument for someone who's just starting out with the instrument, taking lessons, the FG 800 is probably the way to go. You're not exactly going to notice some of the finer differences as a beginner. You're also not sure you're going to keep up with it. A lot of people drop out after a short time, and this one just doesn't cost as much money. If you are a little further along and you're pretty committed to the guitar, you might want to spend the extra money on this one. It does feel a little bit more like a grown-up instrument. Got a strong presence, and would certainly suffice as a gigging guitar. Way to get a solid top guitar without spending a ton of money that you can use in live settings if you put a good pickup in it. At the end of the day, my vote goes to the FG 830. Doesn't cost that much more, a little over $100. A lot of times you can find a good deal on either one of these used. You can find one of these for less than $300. This guitar for less than $300 is a steal. If you can find one, it's a strong instrument, and I think it'll be pretty satisfying to most players. Hey, this is Matt. Thanks again for dropping by this guitar channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap that bell to get notified when the next review drops.